After a riveting 2-game Friday night, the last time I talked to you, we're here with an even more riveting 1-game Monday night. I just want to. I want to be in the meeting, even if I don't get to participate. I just want to sit back and look and say, like, someone's going to say, "Well, let's give everybody Sabres Canadiens on Monday." Just that's it. That's all they're getting. Sabres versus Canadiens. Yeah, I'm sure the people in Dallas, they'll want to see that. All the people in Dallas, they are going to want to see the Canadiens play the Sabres. But what about in San Jose? Yeah, I'm sure they'll want to see that. I'm sure they'll want to see that at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. They'll definitely want to see that. Sabres, Canadiens, who wouldn't want to see that? There has to be some rhyme and reason. This has to be backed by like data, like, you know, the Netflix algorithm. It's backed by some sort of advanced data. All the metrics are going in, all the cookies, all when you sign up for iTunes, I agree, and then you sign your life away, sign your firstborn away, and they get to take all the information. All this must be based on data, but I just got to tell you, as a hockey fan, I don't know a single person who's happy about that. The one thing, I guess, if there was a great Monday Night Football matchup, then you could say, all right, well, at least, you know, I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. There's only one hockey game on. But by golly, how is there not a 10 o'clock game? If you're looking to pick specific nights to showcase a few teams, have a 7, have a 9:30. I just don't get it. Why are we wasting more time on this? I don't know, but you guys probably are similarly frustrated. Now, not because you're hockey enthusiasts, but because you want more sniffs and you're so upset on this Monday night. There's only 2 nostrils in one game. But I'll give you a little something for that game. But since we have some extra time, couple of note, this is the Absorbing Information Month. Piece of information I absorbed, and I think I alluded to this in my Pick and Corner show, that Boston, to me, you know how last year we made our list of under teams where we go, oh, if 2 of our under, Nashville's playing Columbus, I don't have to check. If it's 6.5, we're taking the under. You can bet your ass Boston's going to be on my list. Now, I didn't even see how the game ended versus the Ducks. I know it was 0-0 after 1. But Boston, the way they're playing now, and kudos to them. They lost a bunch of skilled forward. They lost Bertuzzi, Hall, Krejci, Bergeron. They're not going to be able to score as much. So what are they doing? Going right back to that bastard defense that they've been known for a really long time. They weren't easy to score against last year, but now because the goals aren't coming in bunches, they're really paying attention to detail on defense, and they're a hard team to play against. On Saturday, that was the first test of me. They played the Kings on the road because a lot of the matchups they've had so far have been cupcake matchups. But when I saw them go into LA, an LA team that had been playing pretty well in their previous few games, and when I saw them go there and kind of shut down the Kings offense, come out of there with a win, I'm like, all right, Boston, you just made the list. They are going to be on the under list this year. Also, Connor McDavid's going to be out 2 weeks. It's going to be real funny if I start flipping my picks against Edmonton and now they start finding ways to win. I don't know. He's a big Band-Aid for them, so I might try to take advantage of betting against them in the right spots. I'm not just going to start betting against them every game, but I'm going to be looking at some of their matchups over the next week or so, especially if they're on the road against a team who's like good defensively or something like that. And they're not going to just be able to rely on the power play now as much. This is going to be a good 2 weeks. See if I can find a couple deli slices with good prices. A couple of good price deli slices against Edmonton. But all right, let me talk about this Montreal-Buffalo game. Buffalo, if you were paying attention to me last week, I gave you some look-aheads. I said, hey, we're taking the Islanders on Tuesday night against Arizona. Then Friday, I'm betting against the Islanders when they play the Devils. And the very next night against the Sabres. We cashed all 3 of those because the Islanders and Lightning, every single pick I've given on them has been on the money. I've bet on them sometimes and against them sometimes. And those 2 teams I've been able to sharpshoot every single time. So that's good. They're both playing tomorrow. Don't force me to pick, but if the spot's right, I will. The Sabres, coming off that win at home, get another home game. Now, depending on who the opponent was, is how excited I would be to bet on them. This is one of the teams that their sloppy defensive style that can lose to almost anyone should be able to do enough to overcome any sort of those defensive deficiencies or goaltending deficiencies. So I am going to go with the Buffalo Sabres in this game. And one thing about Montreal so far, in almost all their games, unless I'm forgetting one, but whether you're talking about that opening night or the opening game for them against Toronto or that win versus Washington, I'm pretty sure nearly every game they've been able to put 2 goals on the board. So if that's the case, we're going to go both teams over 1.5 and with the Buffalo Sabres. Early in the season, I don't mind doing that. I know it hasn't been as much as in October as we may have hoped, but still, a lot of those both teams over 1.5s are pretty nice this time of year when goals are a little easier to come by because teams really aren't in their midseason form. Just ask the Carolina Hurricanes, who you can't buy a bucket against after the month of January right now. You can buy as many buckets as you want. They got buckets all over the place. 2 for 1, 3 for 5, Uber Eats deal, spend 15, get 10, all that stuff. That's what Carolina's been so far. And we'll try to do something like that. The Uber Eats save 30% deal of the Buffalo Sabres. You can also go to Caesars and do a same game parlay where you add Tage Thompson or you want to add Rasmus Dahlin to the Sabres win. That will flip that Sabres line, give them to you at plus money. And the beautiful thing is that I got a nice promotion for you from Caesars. Your first bet on Caesars is going to be risk-free up to $1,000. Just click the link down below and it will take you there. You sign up there as a new user. Your first bet is going to be risk-free up to $1,000. So good luck with that bet. And remember, you got to be over 21 other than Kentucky. And you got to be located in a state where sports betting is permitted. And if you have a problem or anyone you know has a problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. So yeah, those are the kind of assortment of bets that I like in that game. You know, that's all we got for tonight. All right, so it's almost like a bye night. Once again, one game and Monday Night Football, and then we have the massive Tuesday night slate. I think they're doing that NHL Red Zone tomorrow. I think it premieres tomorrow. You know, tell me I shouldn't be hosting that. I would be like Peyton Manning behind the line of scrimmage, picking the right games. But it's going to be interesting. My guess is they just go from power play to power play, because if they're looking for the most exciting time in a game, or when a team is most likely to score, you're just going to get that. Empty net situations and overtime situations and shootout. I guess we'll see. It will be as chaotic as these noses right next to me. But we'll find out about that tomorrow when I will talk to you again. Good luck to you. Better luck to me. Make sure you're subscribed here to the On Chopper channel. How do I subscribe here? Well, click the button that says subscribe. Come follow me on social media. It's at Andy Francis, Andy, the country France, SS. I would really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. Come subscribe to my YouTube page as well. And those are all the tasks for you today. I'll probably have some new ones for you tomorrow. I'll talk to you then.